Keystone Passport has a new line they are calling the Passport Classic that is aiming to be a, kind of competing product in the entry-level travel trailer space that gives you a bit more out of what would be considered an entry-level price point camper than some of the other stuff out there. And this here is a very family-friendly, popular bunkhouse model with things like a great TV location, good bedroom space for the parents. So let's go inside and take a look. Come on. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we're here taking a look at this 2026 Passport Classic. This is the 260 BHC, and this is going to be like I said, something that kind of competes with a, more entry-level travel trailer that has a bit more to it than some of your other entry-level travel trailers, and also coming in a very aggressive price point and family-friendly floor plan. So you'll be able to see the floor plan layout and the specs on the screen. Couple things real quick on the outside. New redesigned, just complete rebrand from Keystone itself. So we have this new Keystone logo here, and then new complete look on the outside of the Passport. Last year they had a pretty bright and colorful design, and they still kept some of the same graphics in terms of the design aspects here that they had on the Passport line, but they just went to more of a, grayscale color scheme instead of having the blues and the greens and the oranges and stuff that we saw. Pretty neat too. You have these lights up here on the front cap, just a kind of bold look on that there. And then as we come over this side, let's see, we have our passenger storage compartment. You can see this looks like it's wood framed through here, through the storage space. So that's making me think this is going to be a wood framed travel trailer, tankless on-demand water heater, cable-driven slide mechanism system there, 2 propane bottles here, 20-pound propane bottles, power tongue jack. And as we come along this side, fiberglass sided camper. But certainly the most interesting thing about the Passport line is that when you walk inside, it has a very bold color scheme. Very bold color scheme in here. So they call it a cedar frost, which I think is a good name for it. Since we're back here in the bathroom, we'll go ahead and start back in this space, I suppose. But you can see, kind of a, orange hue to the brown color here in the cabinetry. So certainly one with a bit more character than we might see in some other travel trailer RVs. Now, if you're looking for your next RV, there is a link down below in the comments and description where you can find over 100 different Blue Compass RV dealerships across the United States where you can find your next RV and any type of RV that you may be looking for. So that link is in the pinned comment below as well as the description of the video. So in this floor plan layout, we do get direct access to the bathroom from outside. You also have shades already installed on your windows here on the door. So very nice having that for your privacy. And then that's just something you don't have to purchase additionally. We have our shower here. Now shower is going to have a nice big kind of oversized shower head there. That's pretty nice. Not very many RVs coming with a shower head that looks quite like that. I'm trying to see if I can get it in the orientation to sit a little bit higher, but it kind of, the weight of it makes it want to fall down a little bit in that setting there. Oh, and they have the huge big skylight here. Oh, this is awesome. So good ceiling height in this shower. It is a little bit of a shorter travel trailer in general, but you're good for about 6'3" here in this shower. And then I would have to duck to get under this shower head, but also you can hold that over your head as well. Flexible shower curtain here. Plastic 2-piece shower. It's a little bit more narrow, definitely on the more narrow side. And then we have a plastic foot flush toilet there. Now, one thing I said that I just am a little concerned, because I don't have like complete understanding of this brand yet, and I don't have anyone here to like talk about. If gosh, the one thing I don't know is the for sure structure on the inside. I know some of the other Passport lines are definitely aluminum framed campers, and on this Classic, I just don't know if it's a wood frame or an aluminum frame on the sidewalls here. And even through here, like I can't really get a good indication of what we got going on in the construction of the sidewalls. It looks like too, I can't tell because they don't have any stickers on here. I can't tell if it's a composite sidewall or if it's a Luan sidewall, because I know like in the Keystone Cougar line, for instance, that we filmed, that has a composite panel sidewall, and I do know for sure that this has a composite flooring on it. So it's called their hyperdeck flooring, which is going to be all composite materials through the floor so it doesn't take on any water damage and is a little bit more lightweight. I would think that this has the composite sidewalls as well, but I just don't know 100% with like 100% certainty. So hopefully that's something I'll be able to find out, or hopefully someone in the comments, will be able to add that additional information there on that. Right here we have liquefied. This is black tank treatment for your RV that you can get at Blue Compass stores across the country. So that is something that they have in this pod formula, liquid formula, and powder formula. And that's going to make sure that everything that goes into your toilet gets liquefied and keeps your black tank healthy, keeps your RV smelling fresh. And you can find that at Blue Compass stores across the nation, as well as Walmart and Amazon. Down underneath here, kind of cool little accent wall back in that storage. No individual shutoff valves on the water line. So all that means is if you had a water leak in your camper, you'd have to turn off water to the entire camper. Right here, these doors here, they're like a thermofoil style cabinet door. And then it's a wrap material on there, but pretty dang nice. This is similar to what is on my my travel trailer that I own. And these doors, they're kind of have like the feeling of like a solid wood, because they're, they just feel solid. And this is like the second year I think we've seen this style cabinet door in the industry, and I think they're doing pretty dang well so far. They're holding up pretty well. So you step out here, we got our bunk beds in the corner. A couple of cool little details on this, and comparing this to like entry-level travel trailers, some things you might not typically see, things like the steps that we got going up into here. We have the privacy curtains installed on the bunk beds, 500-pound weight load capacity on these bunks. And then we got a couple other nice little features where they have some additional storage here under the bunk that they kind of squeezed into that space there. And we have storage down underneath the bunk with an access door from outside. So a nice big open storage space underneath the bunk bed there. Now these bunks look like they're about 6 feet in length. Let's see. Oh, you know what? There's a storage space under this bunk too. They got it under both of them. So nice spot. They show how you can put some board games and stuff in there. So kind of neat. Let's see, as we climb in here, bunk bed feels like it's going to be about 6 feet long, maybe a little bit shorter, actually, a little shorter than 6 feet. So you can see here, get my head in frame. My head is up against the wall, and I'm 6'1". So these bunks are probably about, I don't know, probably like 5'8", 5'9" in length, I would think. But I could still sleep diagonal in these and lay out all the way. So there's room for adults to be able to do that in here. But I'd say if you have kids that are under 6 feet, they will definitely feel plenty comfortable in this space. Again, you have your privacy curtains on the bunks. Then we have our pantry storage right here. So to see what that looks like, are these soft close cabinet doors? No, they are not. Okay. Got our 12-volt refrigerator and freezer. One thing I really like about this refrigerator is you have a ton of different options on how to adjust that shelving through there. So that is really nice, being able to have that ability. Bigger refrigerator portion for sure. That looks even bigger than some other refrigerators in the industry. And then a pretty standard size freezer space. Got a vent fan up over this area, AC ducted through this camper, and then good countertop space. You have your TV directly across from your seating area, even TV kind of located in a position where you can swivel it around and the kids in the bunk could see it from the bunk bed. It's going to be a little far away, but still have the ability to see it. Wrapped countertop material. This is kind of a sample of your flooring here that you see. So this is that composite flooring there, and then you have the block foam there in the middle of it. So nice, very lightweight. I mean, this thing is like, it weighs next to nothing. So really nice, good, solid flooring material there. It is very solid. So really like that. They've been using that for a few years now, and definitely been a good, flooring solution. Got your storage space down underneath here. And then 3 drawers here. You can see that you're using a solid wood interior drawer construction with staples to hold that in place. And then let's see underneath here. They don't have like any additional support underneath here, so just be mindful of how much weight you're loading into those drawers. And then some storage space down underneath there. No oven in this model, so they are giving you a microwave that doubles as a air fryer. There we go. So get kind of a use of that with the convection oven or air fry functions on there. North to south facing 2-burner stove, and then big window right here on this wall, plus all your overhead storage. That is all open storage through that space. And then we're seeing this 2-tone cabinetry with the white cabinets up top, and these are a solid wood cabinet door, so it's actually a stained wood and not a wrapped material there. So very nice. Turn around this way, big open floor space in this floor plan. We do have heat vents in the flooring there, so they are running the heating through this, center part there, and that heat ducting is going to also help keep the underbelly warm where your water tanks and water lines are. Turn this way, and you have a booth dining table, pretty standard here, 2 legs on that. That can drop down, make into a bed. We do have storage space down underneath here. Has a thick base on that, so pretty decent, and then just big open storage underneath that booth dining area right there. Always tough to get this back into position with one hand. Come on. Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious. There we go. Had to get it lined up with everything there. Okay. All right. Move on from that. Got our booth dining table. Pull down black pleated shades. See your little Passport logo up here in the slide out. And then we have a jackknife style sofa. Kind of have some bungee cord storage down underneath there, and this is super easy to lay down flat, nice and simple there. Very soft feel on the furniture. That texture that you see, you actually do have a little bit of that to the touch. So pretty cool there. And as I sit down, you can see again, TV directly across from this spot, have your AC right above you there. And then we go to the bedroom where you get the parents' spot to hang out. You got your queen bed in here. So this does look like it is a residential queen size bed. Let's go ahead and hop in here and see. Oh, no, just kidding. That's going to be a little shorter than a residential queen. So my feet do hang off. So you can see here with my head up against the headboard, my feet are hanging off the edge here at 6'1". So it's a little bit of a shorter bed, a shorter queen size bed. So that's something to keep in mind. Up above here, we have a spot for a second air conditioner if you want the second AC. Spot for a TV on the wall. Then we got outlets and USB ports on the side of the bed. It does have USB Type-C connections. Spot to hang your clothes. And then we have doors that connect in the middle here for your privacy in the bedroom. So pretty simple and straightforward camper with just a couple, nice things like the composite flooring in here, and then just the design and aesthetic as well. Looks pretty dang good. You got a bottle opener here right when you walk in, light controls, tank level controls, or monitoring there, and your awning and slide out switches right here. So step outside, has a composite entry step. So that's something new we're seeing in the industry for 2026. Definitely has good traction on it, and then a nice big oversized top step. Same thing, privacy shade on this window. It has a key to like system, so just one universal key for this entire travel trailer. That's very nice and helpful. Has a pretty standard leaf spring style suspensions, hammer rack tire, propane quick connect line down underneath there. Outdoor water source here with the outdoor shower, and it has a spray port as well. And then we have our awning that covers both entry doors, LED light strip underneath the awning, manual stabilizers down underneath. And then coming back this way, we have prep to add a backup camera, spare tire along the back. And over here, this is your access to that storage space. Black and gray tank dump valves are right here in this area. And it does look like the valves are going to be out and exposed. So just keep that in mind. Water will get into like this area right here and back behind there. Outside of the underbelly, that does have the potential to freeze. So if you are camping in below freezing temperatures, you will not be able to dump the tanks if that water freezes in those pipes there. So just something to keep in mind. Cable driven slide mechanism out here. That's pretty much everything. The only thing I'm not seeing is there's no like spot to put a ladder to get up onto the roof. So that's something you kind of need your own ladder to get up onto the roof here. Have a little short spot for a sewer hose there. That's going to have enough length there for just one 15-foot sewer hose in that area. And prep to add an inverter in this space. So if you did want to add, a charge controller. So if you wanted to add solar to this travel trailer, you have the ability to do it. But going to come in at a real aggressive price range. I'm not sure if they have these at dealerships yet, so let me see if I can find kind of what the price where this is going to be at. They actually do have these in stock already at some locations, so this is going to come in right about the $30,000 to $35,000 price range. That's what we'll be looking at on something like this. So curious your thoughts on what you think on a travel trailer like this. It's, not a whole lot to it. It's pretty simple and self-explanatory. but it definitely has some character, and it has a little bit more quality than we see from some other, lines, especially if you're looking at like an aluminum sided camper and the simplicity that comes with those. You're getting a bit of a step up. And something like this that still keeps it relatively simple, but has a tangible feel of an increase in kind of the quality and materials and, just aesthetic and things of that nature. So curious what you think. Let me know down below in the comments. And then again, if you're looking for your next RV, there's a link down below in the pinned comments and description. And that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.